You've probably heard this in the news. A famous CEO was indicted for fraud, or a politician faces indictment. But what does that really mean? Does an indictment mean you're guilty? Does it mean you're going to prison right away? Most people get this wrong. Today, I'm breaking it down in simple terms, so you know exactly what an indictment is, how it works, and why it matters. Why should you care? Because anyone can be indicted if there's enough evidence for a case. Even regular people, business owners, contractors, or someone who made a mistake on their taxes. Understanding this term can help you avoid unnecessary panic and know your rights if you're ever in this situation. An indictment is a formal written accusation that says there's probable cause to charge someone with a crime. It's issued by a grand jury, a group of citizens who review evidence from prosecutors. Important point, an indictment does not mean someone is guilty. It simply means there's enough evidence to move forward with criminal charges and a trial. So how does this process work? First, prosecutors gather evidence and present it to a grand jury. The grand jury, usually 16 to 23 citizens, hears the case privately. These hearings are secret. If the grand jury believes there's probable cause, they vote to issue an indictment. Once that happens, the person is officially charged and must appear in court. Still, no guilty verdict yet. That only comes after a trial. Here's an example. Imagine you run a small business. Your accountant accidentally files your taxes wrong. The IRS suspects fraud and starts an investigation. The prosecutor takes the case to a grand jury. If they think there's enough evidence, you could be indicted, even if you had no criminal intent. That indictment doesn't mean you're guilty. It just means you'll have to go to court to fight the charges. Myth 1. Indictment means prison. Reality, nope. It only means charges are filed.
Myth 2. Only serious criminals get indicted. Reality, even minor fraud cases or misunderstandings can lead to indictment. Myth 3. Indictment equals conviction. Reality, the trial decides guilt or innocence, not the indictment. You might also hear terms like arraignment, felony, misdemeanor. After indictment, the next step is usually an arraignment. That's where the charges are read, and you enter a plea, guilty or not guilty. Felony indictments cover more serious crimes like fraud, assault, or drug trafficking. If you or someone you know is indicted, the most important thing is, don't panic. Hire a qualified criminal defense attorney, and do not talk to investigators without your lawyer. This is where many people make mistakes that hurt their case. So, what does indictment mean? It means you've been formally charged by a grand jury, but you're still innocent until proven guilty. This video is for educational purposes only and does not provide legal advice. For specific cases, consult a licensed attorney.